When a terrorist group breaks into a sovereign nation, slaughters, rapes, and kidnaps people, and then takes those people, buries itself amongst civilian populations so that in order to get to them, you have to harm women and children, and the world refuses to blame the terrorists, it sounds like the world is siding with the terrorists. When you try to take out the leaders of the terrorist organization in a different country and the world has a problem with the killing of the lead ceasefire negotiator, it sounds like the world is siding with the terrorists. When you do preemptive strikes to preempt a terrorist organization from firing rockets and the world has a problem with it, it sounds like the world is siding with the terrorists. When in the final instance, you target the electronic devices of the terrorists and the world has a problem with it, it sounds like the world is siding with the terrorists. Well, that's because they are. So why is the world siding with terrorists? Because they believe that all of this can be resolved with a ceasefire agreement. The reason they believe this is because they think that the terrorists' activities are for the purpose of care, compassion, and protection of others. Why do they believe that? Because of something that is called the red herring fallacy. The red herring fallacy is a tactic used by bad actors to distract from the true motivations of their actions onto a red herring, a distraction. That red herring can be occupation, military presence, war. So the public engages in a discussion about whether the terrorist activities are justified in response to the red herring, when in reality, the terrorist actions have absolutely nothing to do with the red herring. So for example, Hezbollah. Hezbollah is a second IRGC created by the regime to destroy Israel from the closest possible border to Israel. That is the reason for which they exist. But by using the red herring fallacy, the public is distracted by a conversation about the fact that Hezbollah is doing this because of the occupation.
Nothing to do with Palestinians. Hezbollah is doing it because of the occupation. You actually genuinely believe that Hezbollah is attacking Israel for no reason at all, just because they don't like Jews? No, they're attacking you because of the occupation. Are you so incredibly ignorant that you don't understand that?
And because people believe the red herring, they engage in this conversation about how this can be resolved with a ceasefire agreement. You understand that what you're asking for is an agreement with an organization that was formed for the purpose of destroying a sovereign nation, to promise to stop doing the reason for which it exists. You know that they won't stop doing that. You know that they can't stop doing that. So let's be clear about what you're advocating for. What you're actually advocating for is not peace, but more war. Because when you want a peace deal with the intolerant, when you want peace with terrorists who do not know and cannot know peace, what you're consenting to is more terrorism. And when you consent to more terrorism, you are consenting to the counter response of more war. And that is how your advocacy for peace with the intolerant is advocacy for war. So if you claim that you love peace, that you want security, that you want stability, that you want peace between nations, you know that you cannot ask for an agreement for life with those who love death. You get that, right?